Do you own or rent your home?
Sure you do.
And I bet it could be hard work. But you know what's easy? Bundling policies with Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle your homeowner's or renter's insurance along with your auto policy. And it's a good thing, too, because you already have so much to do around your home. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. It's Geico easy. Visit geico.com today.
That's geico.com.
Welcome to Sus, Share Your Scare, where we talk to different people and hear their stories of survival, the paranormal, and all things sus. I'm your host, Brendan Taylor. I'm here with my brother, Jake.
What's up?
And today we have on the queen of DIY, fashion blogger, YouTuber with over 3 million subscribers, and my close personal friend, Amber Scholl. Welcome to the podcast, Amber.
Hey.
I'm gonna cry. That was so cute.
All I said was you were a fashion
That
blogger,
was nice.
my friend.
That's still nice.
Wow.
I'm really lonely.
Now you're making me seem like I never say anything nice to you. Look, a couple days ago, Amber and I made a TikTok, and in the TikTok, she was like, I need the beauty filter on, please, I want to be pretty, and I just laughed at what she said. Like, I thought it was funny, and then every comment was like, dude, just tell her she's pretty, just tell her she's pretty.
You never did.
I mean, I just thought it was funny, like, that was the thing. Like, it took me a second to register what you said, and then it was just hilarious to me. So, you can see how our relationship is, you know, that's how it be.
It be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that.
All the time.
Come on now, all right? This is my podcast. Make me look good. Either way, how have you been? How has your COVID been?
You know, I mean, I'm usually sitting at my house alone anyway, so it wasn't that different.
Right.
But it was fun. I got to do a lot of weird content by myself.
Yeah, you're trying all new things. And you used to be like really traveling the world and shopping.
Yeah, that sucks. I miss traveling. I like really do. I went to Colorado for like a few days to be in nature, but I miss the malls, you know.
How was the nature?
Nature. I don't know.
Perfect.
I don't really go with nature that good, but it was still nice to like look.
I remember I took you on a hike, and I took
Oh,
Amber on a hike
God.
one time. This girl
about that.
came full glam, wearing a full-on like skirt.
Probably heels.
No, it was like
No.
she didn't wear heels, but I think she did wear her Chanel runners
did
that
wear
weren't even
Chanel runners.
actually supposed to be used for hiking. But
Yeah.
hey. You know,
I looked cute as hell. I should have taken a photo. I
you
didn't though.
You did look cute, way cuter than everyone else hiking that trail. I'll tell you that much.
Hair flip.
But look, I want to get into who is Amber Scholl. Okay, you know we did some research on you. We found
Ooh.
some things. We
Hopefully nothing bad.
no. We actually found your first YouTube videos. You were doing the interviews.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God,
roles
you
were
watched
reversed.
those?
Yes. You were interviewing Imagine Dragons.
Yes.
Big Time Rush.
And you were trying to be on the Oscars.
The red carpet.
red carpet.
Screaming that you guys saw these. God, I've never deleted those because like no one's gonna find these.
Oh, we watched it. I might not wear underwear today. I might even get pregnant.
And I'll say Justin Bieber is the father.
We watched them all, girl.
So what was up back then? Like, what I saw you were in college at the time. You went to
Yes.
Pepperdine.
Yeah, I guess funny backstory. Actually, those videos I made that one that you're talking about for a college project, and that was why I got a YouTube channel.
Oh,
was
really?
literally for that project. Yeah.
Oh, wow. There is a video of me out there. We're not going to say the title, but it was for Brennan's high school film project. And guess what I was doing?
What
want
were
to?
you
Something
doing? I don't
embarrassing,
even
I'm
remember what
sure.
he's talking about.
I
right
was
now.
jerking, remember? Not off, like the dance. Like, why did your face like that? Like the dance. Like, teach me how to jerk. Teach me how to jerk.
You remember when that was a trend before social media was social media?
Kind of, yeah.
Jake was out there jerking. That sounds so weird.
Yeah. There's a video of that on the internet. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, we've all done things that we're not too proud of. That's
Yeah.
on the internet now.
I
But-
should delete those videos.
No, leave them. They're great. They're a great start with who you are, and you could definitely see your personality shining back then. So you were in like college, film classes or something?
Yeah, those were. I was a journalism major, so I had to do those. That was actually for like a contest to get to interview people on this red carpet, and I was like, I can like make this great ass video.
Wait, so did you win because you got to interview those people?
No, but that was for an internship actually. So that was super cool. I got to interview all sorts of cool people like back in the day, and I was like in love with all of them. So I was like, it was the least professional thing in the world because, you know, they'd be like, hi, you know, like where should we meet you? And I was like, my house. I never really tried that, but I thought about it. Yeah, it was fun. Like I just got to talk to them, and you know, it was like I felt like we were friends, and it got like decent amount of views back then because
Yeah.
they were really popping at the time. And now it's just so funny to like look back on that because like, damn, I was a
that's
kid
so
doing
funny.
that.
Yeah.
I was like 18.
So walk me through this. Where are you from originally?
was born in Maryland, and then I grew up in Virginia, East Coast bitch, and then went to high school in Arizona when my fam moved, and then I went to college in California, and I've been here for almost a decade.
Wow.
Never going back.
I'm never going back. You would have to pry me from California dead. Even then, I feel like I would still like not really move.
Yeah.
Something would go on.
So
Maybe
you
paranormal.
really did travel all over, like just like in life. Like I feel like I just grew up in LA. This is all I really know. I mean, besides traveling and stuff, but you really like grew up in a bunch of different spots. How has that shaped who you are now?
I don't know. I think actually it is kind of interesting because I moved from Virginia to Arizona when I was like turning 13. So that's kind of like an important time in life. Like you go to high school and it's like everything is new and whatever. But I left like my whole life. It was like all my friends that I'd grown up with since I was a kid, like 0 years old. And then I was like, all right, I'm just going to go be a brand new person. And I didn't really pick a personality. I was just like, all right, well, what? And I was so shy and nervous and like didn't know anyone. I had like no friends in high school. It was really sad and pathetic. But yeah, I think that kind of like made me want to be, honestly, like have a personality on the internet kind of, because that was where I fell in love with social media first. Like when Facebook first started, I was like, oh my God, like.
You're an OG Facebooker.
Oh, I was an OG Facebooker. Yeah. Wow. I was like, whoa, I can like have not a fake life, but kind of. It was like I'm lame in real life, but on the internet I can be cool. Yeah. And that was kind of like my first start.
I'm going to make up for that TikTok. I don't think you're lame. Amber. I think you're a cool person. And that's so interesting. So now you're in California. What age are you? You're 18?
I'm still 18 of legal age. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I guess I was 17 when I came here for college. I turned 18 like the day after. So 18, yeah.
And how was your college experience? Did you go party?
What was that like?
Tell us. Look at that
face.
Yeah, I read that you like dated a promoter for a little bit. I mean, look at that face.
Like, she thinks we don't do our research here.
Goodbye. No. Yeah, college was interesting. So it was the first time I'd ever lived on my own, and it was again a new chance to be like, ooh, I get to be a whole new person. Like nobody knows me. I didn't know a damn person going into college. It was like leaving my, Arizona life to move. So I was like, okay, I want to be cool in college. That was like my thing. I was like, I'm gonna be the Elwoods of college. Like I'm gonna be so fun. And it turns out that you can't like be a new person every time you move. You just kind of are the same person you just are. Right. So yeah, I had so much fun in college. God, I joined a sorority. Was a little crazy, had a good time, And
sororities are all about sisters for life, right? Do you still talk to those girls?
Mm-hmm. Really? I'm still like super good friends with all of them, yeah.
Wow. Can you walk me through a sorority process? Like, because you have to pay for those friends, essentially.
I mean, in theory, it's like not as much as people think. I think it was like it was a lot of money at the time, but it was like $400 for like the year or something. But that was just for like events and things that you were doing. Like it wasn't.
You guys
hey,
have
be
like
my friend, here's $50.
I've seen those like viral videos of the girls being like, Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. Do you do that?
Delta, Delta, Delta. Can I help you? As a tryout.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. So is college like, because unfortunately, we didn't get to go to like the college experience. Like we did community college, which is a lot different than the whole college experience, especially being in Malibu for college.
Oh, it was the dream.
What was your favorite part about college?
Honestly, I think the best part about college, I always say this, like parents don't kill me, obviously, but like college is for the experience. It's not really, if you want to be a doctor, like obviously you need a degree, but college is like for the fun of the whole thing. Like you're never again going to be 18, like living with a bunch of other 18-year-olds who are all just growing up together in this weird little micro community. It's like, it's just so special, the bonds you make and the experiences. And like, God, I always say I wish I had a YouTube channel like literally back then of me vlogging my life, because all the first things that you do in college are so funny. Like your first time, like your first time living alone, like your first time, like trying to decorate a dorm, like just doing everything is so funny. And it's like, it's just really special. It's you never get that chance again. Like, you can go to college when you're 27. It's just not the same.
Yeah, and if people that don't know, Pepperdine is actually the same school that is used in Zoe 101. It's PCH.
Yeah, PCA. Pacific Coast Academy.
My bad.
That's why I went to that school. I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
That was my ticker of decision. Yeah.
Wow. You're like, maybe I'll meet Zoe.
I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, Mimi. She's still, obviously not, but I used to watch that show as a kid. So when I was like on the campus tour, I was like, I don't know. if I like want to go here, I thought I wanted to go to USC, but on the tour, I was like, wow, this place is really beautiful. And the tour guide was like, you might recognize this from Zoe 101. And I was like, sign the acceptance letter. I'm in.
Did you send out a lot of applications?
I only did 3. Mm-hmm. I was ballsy as hell. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to go to USC, Chapman, or Pepperdine. And I just really figured I was going to get into all of them. I don't know why I assumed that, because I really should have had like a backup, know? Yeah. But I don't know. But yeah, it worked out.
How many did you get accepted in?
I got into Chapman and I got into Pepperdine, and USC was like, no. But then, it's okay, because in hindsight, I mean, I wouldn't have picked it anyway. I would have picked I would have picked Pepperdine, and by the time I got the rejection from USC, I already had accepted Pepperdine anyway. So
it didn't matter.
It didn't really matter, but yeah, I wouldn't have liked a big school.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like a small little community.
Now I feel like I missed out now.
I know.
Oh, it was the man. It was so fun. We can have some fake college parties later.
I mean, I feel like I've partied enough now to like really get me through the missed college experience. But at the same time, it's like I feel like a different type of partying, because I've seen some of these guys that I know that go to college and they're posting up on their Snapchat, and it's wild. Like
frat parties are next level.
Frat parties. I've always wanted to go to a frat party. If anyone is listening that is in a frat and would like to invite me in specifically the Los Angeles area, please. After COVID, I am down.
Honestly, the parties that we like, YouTubery parties, are kind of like a frat.
Kind of, right?
Like it's like, you have that house of people and that group of people, and like it's very similar, to be honest.
Yeah, I always did feel like YouTube in the social media realm is a giant college.
It's a weird college.
It's a weird college. Yeah. Everyone has their cliques, and you either fit in or you don't, and that's kind of how it is. And I feel like we don't. You kind of fit in a little bit, because you're very nice and very kind, and a lot of people like you as like as a friend. So after college, post college, what was your life looking like?
Not as good as I've hoped.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time in college. Like I said, like you saw the old videos. Mm-hmm. And even only applying to a couple of colleges, like I always had these huge dreams, and just it always worked, honestly. Like I always believed in manifesting things, and nothing bad really ever happened to me, to be honest. I mean, it was like, oh yeah, like of course I can just get into all the colleges. I don't need a backup. Of course I can just be a journalism major and work on E-News tomorrow when I graduate. It's like fine, but life hits you pretty hard post grad. I had no job, literally. It was like I graduated college and was like, oh, like what am I gonna do?
The real world.
Yeah, the real world. I moved out. I mean, I was already moved out, obviously, but I moved in with like some of my sorority sisters to like an apartment, and my rent was like $1,200, and I had like at the time of graduating college, just from like the odd jobs I did in college and like dumb shit, I think I had like $3,000, which was like, I thought I was rich as hell. I was like, I have so much money. And then, moving out, 1 month of rent, slashed the budget immediately. And I was like, oh my God, groceries cost so much money, like everything. I was like, oh my God, I ran out of money in literally like 32 days. Wow. I had like $45. And I was like, oh no. And at the time I was like, looking for a job, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And, basically like couldn't figure it out. So I was doing background in college. Like if you ever see me on like those weird TV shows that people always tweet me screenshots of, like, is this you dancing in leopard tights on New Girl? I'm like, unfortunately, yes, that is me.
So funny.
And that actually reminds me of like, not the first, like this is the first time
I think we met. Yeah, it was.
I actually met Amber on set. We were in this movie together.
That's a big overstatement. You were in the movie and I was a prop.
You're not a prop, Amber.
You're right. I was blurred out. I wasn't even a prop.
Okay, look, we did this movie. It was actually Brent Rivera's movie. Brent Rivera had a movie called Alexander IRL, and he casted me in it. And then I actually was sitting there. Well, because Amber and I knew each other already because we met on a dating app, actually, at the time. And we matched with each other. We talked for a little bit, but then that was it. Like, we didn't ever hang out. Nothing like that. We
never met.
And that was the first time we met, was on set. And, like, I don't even remember how it went. I think I was like, hey. Like,
it was so embarrassing. You're like the star of this movie, and I'm like the peasant in the background. I was like, I couldn't think of a worse power imbalance to meet someone.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like that. You're painting it like it was like a huge Oscar movie. We had our own separate segregated areas.
Like you came out of the trailer and she's sitting by the trash can.
That is not how it
went. Literally what happened. You did have a trailer and I was sitting in the trash.
I did have a trailer, but I did go and sit with you at that table.
You did. That was really nice of you.
And we had that conversation. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I gotta get the hell away from this girl. I'm sorry. I did not say that.
Don't be ridiculous. He was in love with me immediately.
Don't make me laugh, girl. Either way, You were very much into mood boards now. Like I know you're very much into it. You actually helped me make my first like official
Oh my God, yeah, that was
mood
so
board.
cute.
And it was for 2020 where everything failed. And it was just like.
Maybe we should.
But if you think about it, do you remember we cut out a picture of a podcast and we put it
Yeah, we
on my
did.
board? And now look at us.
Oh my
So-
God,
We're
look at
here.
that. See, you can do things.
Exactly. I got Jake into making one. He started
Yeah.
making them too.
Yeah, hang him on my little room, you know.
His little 4x4 room.
You gotta pay him more.
It's really a closet.
Were you always into like manifesting, or did you not even know about it? Or what was that like?
Yes, but I didn't know. So I never knew what it was, but I had done it my whole life. Like I always, I just always believed that I could do things and they would happen. And I was like, well, duh, it happened because I just, of course it would happen. But I didn't realize in hindsight, it was like, that was literally what that was. The first time I ever really like thought of it as that was, again, another embarrassing story, but when I was on The Price is Right, I'd watched that show. Why am I bringing this up?
I was going to bring it up. I haven't read
Okay,
that.
cool.
It's coming out one
I'm
way or
not
another.
outing myself here. Okay. Yeah, but I had watched that show as a kid. That was like my favorite show ever. And I remember when I found out you could get tickets, I was like, oh, well, now I'm going to go and I'm going to win. And my mom was like, you can't even, okay. I was like, no, I can do it. I'm positive of it. So we got tickets and we went, and like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, I literally knew I was going to get on it before they called my name. Like, I knew the whole thing. I knew the like numbers to say. This sounds insane. Literally, it came to me out of the sky.
Really?
Like, I was like, I don't know how much a dryer costs. $5.99. And then it was like, oh, that was exactly right.
Wow.
So I feel like after that, when I realized, I was like, oh my God, like I made that kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's like external factors and whatever, but yeah, when I left I left the set that day, I was like, you know what? I think like there's something to the idea of like thinking about something, and I was like, I need to know more about this. So I was like Googling it, and it was like, yeah, you can like manifest things into your life, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I kind of like paid more attention to it from then on. But I mean, I truly gave up on it. Like after post grad, I was like, you actually like this is not a thing. But obviously, then worked out again.
Came
with the
back,
mood
right?
boards. Yeah, full circle.
So if you guys are a little unsure of what she's talking about, manifesting is basically believing you have something that you want before you have it, and feeling the feelings of having that and living that life. So if it's good health and you're not in good health, feel yourself what it was like when you were in good health. Believe that you're in good health, and the universe like works with like, right? And that's what it's kind of hard to describe, but basically the universe will make whatever that is that you believe happen. And that's why all these successful people say, believe in your dreams. And like, that's why.
Yeah. The key to manifesting things, though, obviously, as I talk about this when I make the mood boards, like you can't just be like, I believe that I'm going to have a podcast and then do literally nothing.
Right.
Like, you have to like make moves and do stuff. Like,
Of course.
I believe I'm going to win The Price is Right. Okay, well, how? Like, you
Right.
have to get the tickets and you have to go and you have to know the show. But, the magic part of it, that's the manifesting.
Yeah, it's really crazy because nothing is unattainable. You could really do or have anything you want. And that's
Billionaires,
that's how
you
they
can do
did
it.
it. And the craziest stories I've heard is like billionaires that, they get those billions from believing, and then they start, now that they have everything, you don't want, like, you can't really like think about having more because you already have everything. So they start to think about losing it and being scared of losing it. They end up losing everything. And then now that they have nothing, they have to think about having it again. And that's why some people go through like bankruptcies and then get back on their feet and get things going, because manifestation, it's a serious thing.
That's really cool. Change your life, kids.
Wow, look at that. That just turned inspirational.
Anyways, so hope you're scared.
So 2 weeks ago, HelloFresh hit us up and asked us to try their food subscription service, and wow, was I impressed. First off, everything came in just the right amount, which was a blessing for people who don't know how to cook. I ordered the Ancho Barbecue Sloppy Joes, and it came fast and was so easy to follow. Feeding the whole family has never been easier with lower prices for larger box sizes. So more servings means more savings. Go to HelloFresh.com/scare90 and use our code SCARE90 to get $90 off, including free shipping. The other great thing is there is so much variety for all the picky eaters out there.
Meaning you, right?
Yes, I am so picky, but HelloFresh made it easy. There's something everyone will enjoy, including 20-minute meals, low-calorie, vegetarian, kid-approved recipes, and more.
HelloFresh is the first global carbon-neutral meal kit company.
Yes, by skipping the grocery store and using HelloFresh, you're reducing your food waste by at least 25%. I can attest, there is no better way to eat at home but still feel like you're eating out at the same time. Go to HelloFresh.com/scare90 and use our code SCARE90 to get $90 off, including free shipping.
That's HelloFresh.com/scare90.
No, but let's get into that scare, Amber. This show is all about sharing your scare, and I know your scare is a little bit different than the normal scare, so let's get right on into it, okay?
Cool.
So you kind of prefaced it, you know, or is it preface or
Preface?
Preface.
But that's how it's spelled.
It's the same thing, right?
So I went to college, you guys. No, just kidding.
So now, you're
Yeah.
out of college, you have $45 to your name.
Yeah, basically.
This is where things start. Okay, so let's hear
Yeah,
it.
so things get interesting. When you have no money and you're a girl in Los Angeles, things get really weird. So yeah, I had to come up with like hilarious ways to make money, obviously. And I was like, all right, what am I going to do? So I got into background like heavy and was doing that like every single day, which doesn't sound like the worst job in the world because like sometimes it is fun, but oh my God, like you would be on set for like
14 hours.
Yeah, literally 14, 15 hours I was making dead ass $8 an hour.
No
So
way.
after that much time and the taxes, I would get checks for like $52.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember one time I literally cried because my friends wanted to take an Uber and we were all going to split it and it was $2 and I cried because I didn't have $2, so I drove us.
No way.
Wow. Well, you
So-
want to talk about
True story.
my story about when I went and bought a burrito at college. You want to tell?
Jake tried to buy. Jake was really poor at this time. I had like a little money from acting, like growing up.
Yeah, he turned 18 and got all his like
Oh,
the
you're
money,
gonna count
the
money.
Coogan. Yeah.
So I had like a couple grand, like nothing like crazy.
And we were in community college together, but we weren't like hanging out or anything.
Yeah,
So-
and then I saw him in the cafeteria. He gets his food, and he gets to the cashier. I'm behind him. I have my food, and he scans his card, and it's declined. And he's standing there like, what do I do?
Oh,
You know, and I was like,
baby.
I got this.
Yeah, this one time I actually got declines on a 25-cent banana.
Did they just give it to you at that
Yeah,
point?
they said you can have it.
Just take it, man.
Yeah. But that was
yeah.
like a couple days later because I was like, oh, I think I have enough for a banana. And I was like, declined.
Nope.
My card got declined at Walmart once.
Really?
Yeah, super embarrassing. I was buying like, I don't even remember. I think like face powder and Q-tips or something. And it was
Yeah.
like declined. And the guy behind me was like,
Did he get it for you?
no. I was like, dude, can't you tell I'm like dead inside?
Yeah.
What else was I doing? I did like promo modeling, if you know what that, basically weird LA girl stuff. Like
Yeah.
basically where you stand on the side of the street and like hand out flyers for stuff. And it was like,
Oh, wow.
yes, buy this perfume. And
Wearing
you-
like a hot dog costume.
yeah, basically, God, like the most embarrassing things at the weirdest hours of the. Oh, I used to also do this thing. This is gonna make me sound really sketchy, but yeah, I used to do this weird like atmosphere modeling.
What is that?
It sounds as weird as it is, but if you Google it, you'll see it's like not that weird, or maybe you'll think less of me. I don't know. But yeah, it was like basically it was on this app at the time, which I'm pretty sure got banned now. But you would like go to parties at people's houses just to like make the part. This was back pre-corona, obviously. You would make the parties look more full and more interesting. So like random dudes would be having house parties, and it would be like you would just go at like 2 a.m. and like sit there.
Just so it looks more full.
So it looks more full, but
Wow.
sometimes it was weird. Like there was like no one really there, and you
Yeah.
would just like sit there for like 3 hours, and then they'd give you like $100 cash.
Yeah, they still do that. Like, cause I know promoters, they actually have like model houses
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
send all these girls to
Yes.
the club to make it look more
Yeah.
popped in.
Yeah,
It's
they
super-
get to stay there for free and then,
get paid.
and get paid, and they have to go like a couple times a week out. It's crazy.
That's basically what I was doing. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, and amongst a million other weird things, I don't even remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then you mentioned to me before that you actually even did Postmates, right?
Oh God, how could I forget? Duh, I was a Postmates driver, like full time, like
time.
dead ass. Yeah. I drove for Postmates for I think 2 years almost, like full time every day. Would get up at the crack of dawn
Really?
and drive all day long. Which again is funny. People don't know this about Postmates. Like you basically make no money.
Yeah.
Also, it's like. God, I think there was like a minimum if you made like $3 every delivery.
Really?
But if people don't, everybody tip your Postmates, by the way, like because they're not making any money. So if you order something and I bring it to you I made like $6 maybe for like the hour it took me to get it. And if you don't tip me, I made $6. And then minus taxes, it's like $2.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and then I would get parking tickets all the time. It was terrible. And the jaywalking ticket.
Did you ever
Jesus Christ.
deliver to any celebrities?
I delivered to quite a few celebrities, actually. Let me just tell you that. But yeah, my favorite one obviously was Luke Hemmings from
Five Sauce.
because I'm a huge One Direction stan, so naturally I was a Five Sauce stan too. And he was always my favorite. But yeah, on the app, it was like, at the time, it showed their first and last name. I think they nixed that. But it was like, okay, delivery for Luke Hemmings. And I was like, oh, this is funny. Same name. And I was like, there's no way that it's him.
Yeah.
So I pick up oatmeal. This is what he ordered.
She remembers.
I remember. I looked like shit also. Like, I had just gone to like a hot yoga class thing. So I was like sweating and disgusting. And I was like, well, I want to get, like, I need to go grocery shopping. So I need to make a delivery so I can afford to go grocery shopping. Yeah. So I looked like actually disgusting, like a wet sewer rat. Couldn't have looked worse. So I pick up the oatmeal and I drive to the place and like the phone rings and he's like, in his like accent, he's like, yeah, are you that was the worst accent ever. I don't know how to do it. It's like, yeah, Laurie, like, are you here? And I was like, holy like, it's Luke Hemmings. So I was like, I like tried to like brush my hair, but there's no point. I was like, I look so bad. I don't even know what to do. So he comes out and I was like, hi, here's your oatmeal, I love you. And he dead ass was like, thanks. And took the oatmeal and went inside. And then he tipped me like $2. It was really cool.
Wow, $2 from Luke Hemmings.
Yeah, so Luke Hemmings paid for $2 of my net worth. So thank you, Luke Hemmings.
Was there ever a point that you were just like, I need to go home, like this isn't gonna work?
Oh, every day. Yeah. I really thought I was gonna have to like give up everything, right? So the long story short, I guess, is like I said, I'd always believed like I can do anything, like, you know, you can manifest whatever you want into your life. I'm just going to be successful at everything I do. Like, I can do it. And then that part of me, like, literally died. Like, really? I did not have that anymore. After the almost 3 years, I guess, post-grad of, like, struggling and trying to figure it out. Yeah, it was like, I was so depressed and, like, so upset. Like, I just didn't want to do anything. A, I couldn't afford to do anything. But B, it was like, I don't know, I just like drifted away from all my friends and like didn't want to get out of bed. Like there was nothing to do. I didn't want to like get up and go drive for Postmates for the millionth day of my life, like, and get in another car problem. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I thought I was going to have to go home. Like literally probably a month before I started my channel, I was like, you know what? This is like it. Like I'm going to have to move home and live with my parents and get a desk job. Like, that's what I'm going to have to do.
Was that serious?
Oh, yeah. I was like, I have literally no money. Like, actually $0. Because when I was driving for Postmates, even, I got a jaywalking ticket that was like $350.
Oh my God.
Which obviously I couldn't afford that. And I had to go to court for that. That's another funny side story. But yeah, I had to like literally go to court and like beg them not to charge me for it. Because I was like, I literally don't have money. Like, you're going to have to take me to jail. Like, I can't pay for this.
Wow.
So,
yeah, didn't you get in a car accident too while Postmates?
Super good times. Mm-hmm.
How'd you handle that?
Terribly. But yeah, basically, so this was July 4th. I was already like having a time. Like, I was already like way past a point of like okayness. So this was July 4th and I was like, you know what? Like, I just want to go have a nice day with my friends, but I like can't. Again, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to afford an Uber and I'm not gonna be able to afford to like pitch in for like any of the food. So I was like, I'm gonna do a delivery this morning so I can make like $8 and then I'll have $8 to contribute.
McChicken maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'll like contribute a Chick-fil-A nugget. I don't know. So I just didn't want to feel like I was doing nothing. So yeah, I went out and delivered a smoothie and I picked it up. And while I was driving, like looking on my phone, I shouldn't have been looking on my phone, to find the address. I was like, where is this place? And I was like, I don't know.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah, it was exactly
Her
like
eyes went
Yeah.
yeah, I was like crazy. That's dead as exactly the same exact noise that it was. And I was like,
wait, can you do the sound one more time?
exactly like that. Please, for the love of God, cut that out. Okay.
Leave that in.
Cut it out. I have to prove this before it's posted. It's in my contract.
There was no contract.
I know, damn it. I swear to God, if you include anything that makes me look bad, I'm going to kill you.
Steve, you hear that? Put everything in.
You're on my list too, Steve. Watch out.
Steve's our producer, by the way. You might hear him once in a while popping in.
But anyways, yeah, so great. And I had like rammed into like 3 cars.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Like sideswiped all of them, like smushed them. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like I don't.
Did you run?
I hit and run, man. No, I'm just
Don't incriminate yourself, girl.
no, I would never do that. I was already so like over my life. I honestly didn't care. I was like, this makes sense. This checks out. I was like, of course this would happen to me. So I just got out of the car and like looked at them and they were like ruined. And I was like,
no.
well, I had car insurance at the time, but they were like, oh, you were driving for business? Sorry, it's not covered. And they took my insurance away. So I had no car insurance and they weren't going to cover the literally thousands of dollars that I like wrecked the cars. And I was like, okay. So I really didn't know what to do. Because also, obviously I couldn't drive for Postmates anymore. You get fired if you do that. So yeah, I like had literally no income and also no way to pay for the cars being all messed up. And I was like, oh my God, you're kidding me. Thank God Postmates like has insurance and they covered it.
Oh, that's
but
good.
it's just God bless. But anyways, yeah, they weren't like super pleased with me.
Yeah, I bet.
So I had none of that. And so the July 4th was that morning and I was just like all messed up that whole day. I was like, all right, well, obviously I didn't do anything for July 4th. I just kind of sat in the darkness and was like, I'm not even kidding. I literally locked myself in my closet. This sounds so sad. It was. But yeah, I like sat in my dark closet because I didn't want to be in the sunlight and just was like sitting there like all by myself for hours. And I dyed my hair black. I went to the store and literally charged like on my credit card because I had no money black hair dye from CVS and dyed my hair black. I was like, all right, here we go. And then that night I was like on my roof because I lived in an apartment, right? And everyone was out doing stuff. So I went up there and was like sitting there and I was like, oh my God, like I like can't do this anymore. Like I don't know what to do. Like nothing. If anything, things are going to get worse because that's how it feels when you're depressed. It feels like things are just bad right now. You can't remember what they were like when they were good. And they don't seem like they're ever going to get any better. It's just like darkness.
Yeah,
like
it's like your rock bottom.
yeah, it's your rock bottom.
Yeah.
And I always say like you think like a lot of times people are like I hit my rock bottom and then like nothing changes. I feel like there's a lot of rock bottoms in life and like sometimes like you will know when it's actually the rock bottom. And funny enough, that was a rock bottom, but it wasn't the official one. So I'll tell you the other one after that. But yeah, I was like up on the roof and I was like, God, like I can't do this. Like I literally like cannot do this anymore. And I remember trying to see the like fireworks from behind the trees, but like there weren't. I couldn't see any. Like you could just like hear them. You could literally hear them, but I had like no view because I lived in a shitty building. It was like terrible. So I'm just when I say the roof, as in it's like it's not like a nice rooftop terrace. This is like there's wires and satellites. It's like disgusting. And I was just sitting up there, and I remember looking over the edge, and I was like, I hate to even say that, but like yeah, I really was like, you know, like it wouldn't be that bad if like it just wasn't anymore, you know. And my mom called me like 5 seconds after I was like sitting there staring. And I was like, you know, like maybe, you know, just could not be anything. And she called and I was like, happy 4th of July, honey. And because I hadn't told her anything, I was like, hi, Mom, like whatever. And she talked to me for a little and I was like, all right. And I hung up and I just remember sitting up there like all by myself, just like crying, literally. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like something has to change because I can't let this be my life. Like, if this is my life, I can't do it anymore. And I literally, like, got, actually, in whatever I was wearing, I don't even remember, probably something horrible, but, like, got on my hands and knees and was like, dear God, like, please, like, I am begging you. Like, I need something, anything. Like, give me a sign, something, I can't do this. And I went into my room, too, and I remember I looked in the mirror, like, my bathroom mirror, like a literal psychopath, and was like, we're gonna do this. Like, you got this. And it's like the most deranged thing I've ever done. And I still think about that sometimes when I look at mirrors. I'm like, I really was talking to myself.
Wait, not everyone does that? Because I do that all the time. Yeah.
Okay, but usually it's not like, I don't know. I felt like I saw like demons in my eyes.
Wow.
It was like really scary actually in hindsight. But yeah, and then of course, what do you know? I wake up and nothing is different. It was just like, I'm more depressed than usual. And I'm like, oh. But it was kind of nice to have something to occupy my time. Like, oh, now I have to deal with this insurance thing. And like, I can't drive for Postmates, so I just have to sit here all day and like be more depressed. Great. So that was like what I thought was rock bottom, right? And it was in kind of. But then like maybe like a month later when I had literally nothing to do. I had $0 at this point. Like I had maybe $300 maybe. So that was like more money than usual.
Yeah.
But then after paying for the like deductibles and shit for the Postmates thing, I had literally zero. And I was like, okay, well, I have to like do something else to make money. So I was like, you know what? After there was like a 30-day grace period or something after you get in an accident with Postmates, or like I forget what it was, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drive again for Postmates. So I get in the car, and my very first delivery, like the first one, my mom was like, you can't go back to doing this. And I was like, she was like, you just need to move home and like be a fucking accountant or whatever, like your dad. And I was like, okay. So I was applying for all these jobs, by the way, like jobs like that. Obviously not getting any of them because I'm not qualified, even a little bit. I had with like smiley faces on my cover letters, like a dumbass.
Please.
I was like, please, I need a job. I swear I'll work hard. And they were like, what? Goodbye. Yeah. So my very first delivery, like I accepted it, and I was like, I'm going to do this delivery in secret. Like no one will know. I need the money. I got a $100 parking ticket, the very first one, and I was like, you know what? I took that as like another sign. I was like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm not going to do this anymore. So I went home and I was like, no. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to throw myself into the YouTube channel, because in about 22 days when I have to pay rent again, it's not going to work. So I'm going to have to go home. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to do nothing all month, and we're just going to do YouTube. So that's what I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the idea like that came to you that you needed to do in order to like get your YouTube going?
At the time of July 4th, I'd already posted like 2 or 3 videos that were DIY stuff about literally, I called it broke bitch hacks, because I was broke as f***. And I was like, oh, like this is how I made my marble table for $3 because I don't have any money. Yeah. So I had posted those before only because I just had, like my friends told me once, they were like, you're not crafty. And I was like, bitch, what? I'm so crafty. Yeah. And we were like fighting about it. And I was like, I'm the craftiest person I know. They're like, we've never seen you do a craft. And I was like, well. So I filmed me doing some crafts and put them on the internet. Literally for no reason. I just weirdly did that. Like I said, I had a couple of videos. I think I had like 300 subscribers. I don't know, like nothing. So I was like, you know, I was on set. I went back to working for extra stuff, obviously, again, without Postmates. And I was like crying on set because I was mentally deranged at the time. And one of the guys was like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't have any money. Like, please let me stay overtime, like, so I can clock some more hours. And they were like, sorry, like you're cut. And I was like, no, please. I started to cry, and he was like, he followed me on Instagram, which was funny. He was like, what do you mean? Like, you don't look broke on Instagram. Like you look rich. And I was like, and I was super confused. And he was like, well, yeah, like, I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, that's like fake fur. Yeah. This is marble contact paper. Like, this is nothing. He goes, oh, you're really good at making cheap things look expensive. And I was like, yeah. And I dead ass, I literally I was like, never mind. I went home, and then I called in the next day. I was like, I'm not coming today. And I filmed a video called How to Make Cheap Clothes Look Expensive, because I was like, that is what I know how to do. Yeah. Like, and I filmed it. And I remember like literally sleeping, like that night after I filmed it, I was like, I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn being broke into $1 million idea. And I posted the video. It got like 2 million views in like a day. Every single person that watched it subscribed, basically. Yeah. It was like, I went from 0 to like 100K. And I was watching like I was driving downtown actually on my phone, and I just kept refreshing it. And it would be like every stop sign, every stoplight, it was like 10,000 people. Wow. And it was like, I was just sobbing in the car. I was like, oh my God, like, I'm going to be okay. Like, this is going to work. I know people do this. I texted you, dead ass.
Yeah, I remember this. I
texted you like that the next day. I think I was like, Brennan, I don't know if you remember me, but like, we met like a year ago on this weird ass thing. And you were like, hey, yeah, I remember. Like, clearly.
Because at the time, he was a big YouTuber.
Oh, yeah, you were a big YouTuber.
I had some good subscribers. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, and I could tell you like kind of didn't really remember. And I was like, well, I just blew up on YouTube. Like, I have like 100,000 subscribers in like a day. Can I quit my job? And you were like, no.
Yeah, I was like, you know, you should wait a little bit. You know, 100K, it's a good number, but you know, it's not like 1 million subscribers where you could depend your life on it. And then you were asking me like, do I need a manager right now? I was like, I think you can handle this right now. It's not going to be too crazy.
I was taking it so dramatic. And yeah, but I quit my job anyway. I was like, deuces, bye. I mean, I just, like I said, I called out of all the background stuff. I obviously stopped driving for Postmates and like all the other weird shit. I like quit that too.
Yeah.
And I started making like full-time videos, and to my shock, people kept watching and it kept growing, and the rest is sort of history. Like here I am, LOL.
Wow.
Years later. Yeah.
That's insane, because that really does show you, and to the people listening who might be like, struggling with something similar, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you really do have to just kind of believe in yourself, Like she had that inclination to do that video because of that guy who inspired you, and that shaped who you are now.
Yeah.
Dripped out in Burberry, like things have changed.
Things are different.
And I am so happy that it happened to you, because your story it really made me have goosebumps, especially at the end when you were like,
Kind of watered a little bit.
yeah,
Aw,
it was sad, and I can't imagine how scary something like that is. I was fortunate enough to like grow up with my family here, so I don't have to go back anywhere.
Yeah.
But wow, that is a serious thing. But I'm so happy for you.
I know.
I'm proud of you, Amber.
Thanks, Brennan.
So from there, you like just your videos got crazier and crazier. You did like a CVS receipt dress, like
You made a dress out of garbage bags.
Yeah.
Did. Yeah, that
you were
was...
on like Teen Vogue. They recognized
I
you for that. Like, how does that feel? Like, what goes through your head?
It's still funny to me. Even the fact that you're interviewing me is literally hilarious to me. I still think that I'm nobody at all. I'm like, I genuinely cannot believe anyone watches my videos, and I mean that. Like, shout out to anyone who watches me, because
Yeah.
I am shocked. Like, every time I post something, I'm like, is someone really gonna watch this? Like, me doing nothing? And they do.
Yeah.
It's like so humbling. It's crazy, because I like I see you and I'm like, oh, like a real YouTuber. Like, I
just eat food, girl.
it's like I don't feel like, I just don't see myself as like anything special at all. And I think that's like really good, because it keeps you really humble, It's like I didn't grow up like this. Like I didn't always have super nice stuff. I didn't always have like the privilege to, do what I want to do with my day and like live life how I want to live it at all. It was like the opposite of that. So now it like makes everything really special. It's like, yeah, like I did buy this Burberry bag the other day for no reason at all. But like, God, that gave me like just as much of a thrill as it would have 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You need to find the perfect gift this season, and Lids has them. Whether you're looking for officially licensed sports gear or iconic brands like Nike, Adidas, and Champion, Lids is the largest retailer of hats in North America. Yo, Jake, remember in high school how crazy we were about matching our hats with our shoes?
Yo, we would literally walk from the shoe store to Lids to find the perfect matching hat. We always had to have the dopest fits at school.
And I think we honestly did. Anyways, visit any Lids store and an associate will help you find the perfect cap for anyone on your holiday gift list.
Visit lidsloyal.com/sus to get a 25% off discount on your next in-store purchase.
Lids is the leader in headwear, including all authentic MLB on-field caps, NFL sideline caps, and knits, plus huge variety of fashion styles, colorways, and Lids exclusives. And we got a special offer just for our listeners. Jake, tell them how to get that offer.
Visit lidsloyal.com/sus to get a 25% off discount on your next in-store purchase.
Wow, that's big savings. So visit lidsloyal.com/sus for your 25% off coupon on your next in-store purchase. Do you feel that there's more to come in the YouTube world, or what do you feel like you want to move your life into now? Because you can't do YouTube forever. Like,
Yeah.
What do you think is coming up next, and what do you want to try to dabble in?
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, obviously, YouTube is such an interesting platform
Yeah.
because it is so easily buildable to anything. Like, what I really want to do is become like a Kylie Jenner, like a mogul of some company. Like, I'm going to start some brands. Stay tuned.
Sell it for $100 million.
That is exactly.
I know your dreams, girl. You told me.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell some company for $100 million by the time I'm 30. So stay tuned. But yeah, there's so many things I want to do. But also, it's like I genuinely love making YouTube videos. Like, there's times when it gets to be monotonous and I don't like it, and I'm like, oh my God, like I have to post something and I'm not inspired, and whatever it is. But the idea of like being able to connect with people from just bringing a little camera to no matter where you are in the world, and like just sharing your life and being able to talk to literally millions of strangers and like affect them and grow with them is so cool. And especially to have like all those old videos of myself to like watch your own growth is insane.
Yeah.
Most
So,
definitely.
Really cool.
So basically, we were Googling you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus, okay.
You were clicking like the news to like read all the articles.
All the articles about you, and basically we want, because like the first thing, like we know as you being into fashion and stuff, maybe that's important and goes hand in hand, but seeing with all your accomplishments that you've had, everything that's good that's been coming to you, does it affect you that your first thing that pops up is like body measurements and stuff like that? Like, is that something that
Yeah, like as a woman in fashion on YouTube, like, do you care about? Because they don't write that kind of stuff about us.
Like,
They're
don't
not
write about your accomplishments or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, I just want to see it from your side of you. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, that is interesting because I mean, obviously, who hasn't Googled themselves?
Right.
Like, obviously, and it's funnier when we Google ourselves because there's stuff that comes
pops up.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you got to get that down.
Hello, management, delete it. Yeah, like this podcast, I'm gonna have them wipe this from my
Good luck. My guys are powerful.
But yeah, I mean, it is always funny to me when you Google that stuff and it's like, oh, like you type in your name and the first thing that's like even suggested is like weight, surgery, the hip size. I'm like, weird. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really try, like, I'm really lucky that my audience, I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was talking about it, but like my audience is women.
Yeah.
Like that's who's watching me. Obviously, you guys. So thank you for being my 2 male subscribers. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's like 97% girls, and I take that super, super seriously. Like I try to be like honestly who I wish that like I got to see when I was a kid. Like a cool, independent, like confident woman. And it's like, am I like that? Yes, I am like that. But it's also like it's kind of like a persona in a way. It's like the idealized version of who I wish I was.
It's your Sasha Fierce.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I wish I was the person I was on the internet because inside, I'm not always like that. Like I see stuff like that on the internet, like, oh my God, like look at this ugly photo of her that we found. I'm like, I mean, yeah, so give me a break.
Like, I'm human.
Yeah, so there's a really ugly angle of me. True. So I don't know, but yeah, it's like that's a little annoying, but I mean, what can you do? Being a YouTuber is the greatest job in the world. There's going to be a couple of negative things.
Most definitely. So what do you have coming up in the near future that you'd like the listeners to know about, maybe?
Oh, God. I don't know. I guess stay tuned for whatever I decide to do with business savvy bitch Amber, because that's going to be coming out. I don't know what exactly it's going to be yet. I have a lot of ideas, and I have a problem with that. Is like I have too many ideas, and then like I don't do them because I have too many ideas. But as with all things in life, when I really decide I'm going to do something, it's happening. Yeah. So
let me know if you need any side investors.
Oh yeah, you want to invest in my brand?
I'll invest, girl. I'll take some of that 100 million equity. Even if it's just a couple shares.
All right, cool. Sign you up.
A lot of people come onto the show and they want to talk about their paranormal experiences, if they have one. Do you have any sort of paranormal experience?
The only thing that I can think of actually that literally ties into everything else. So this was like some party that I was at, but my friend invited me to. So it was in Malibu, and it was like a brand party of some sort, like in candles. I don't remember. But they had a psychic there, and I'd never had a psychic reading in my life. So I was like, all right, like it's free. So I was like, of course it's free. I stole like literally 100 granola bars.
Stuff them in your purse.
I stuffed granola bars in my purse and then went to get a psychic reading.
That's funny.
At this like really nice place. I stuck out like a sore thumb. I was like, oh my God. Because it was a bunch of influencers, which is actually really funny now that I think about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an influencer brand party.
That's crazy. Now looking at it, it's like a sign,
Yeah. So anyways, was at that, and they had the psychic there. And she was like, okay, like she lit all these candles and like had all this incense going. And she was like, all right, we're going to do like a tarot card reading, right? And she was laying them all out, and I was having a rough time at the time, right? So this was, like I said, this was probably like a few weeks before July 4th. So it was a summer, nice day. Anyways, she flips over the first card and she was like, oh, like interesting. And I was like, is it gonna die? Probably. Is it a death warrant? Cool. I don't care. Surprise me. So anyways, she goes, oh, this is a really interesting card to like pick for a woman. And because it was a knight or something. And I was like, oh. She was like, yeah, it's like financial. She was saying it was about like finances, like something like it's very like money oriented, but it had to do with men. And I was like, ugh. Like, what does this mean? And I was like super pissed about it, kind of. I was like, is this lady insinuating I'm gonna have to marry a man for money? Like I was like, all right. But anyway, she was like, that's just a weird card for a woman to be pulled in general. And she was like, we're gonna like put that off to the side. She was like, interesting. And then I'm sitting there and she's like, all right, we're gonna flip over another card and it's a baby. And I was like, you're kidding me. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, this is another interesting card because this is like, and I was like, does this mean I'm having a child? Because I don't know.
No,
that's
thanks.
the last thing I need.
Right?
I was like, I know. She was like, no, it's like new life. And she was like, it's all about like brand new beginnings, new life, like the closing of a chapter and like the beginning of something else. So she was like, it's a lot about finances and a new life. And I was like, oh. well, sure, that would be fucking nice. Great. And then I was like really like mesmerized at this point, kind of, because it's all like moody, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm getting an energy of like someone like soothing your hair like this, kind of like you're on a podcast, doesn't make any sense.
She's moving her hands down.
My hands, like on my head, like petting my hair, kind of like going to the back, like petting me almost like a dog, but in a nicer way. She was like, and it's a very like feminine, older energy. Like, did you ever like have anyone who used to do that? And I was like, my grandma, who like passed away a while ago, like used to do that to me all the time and would like soothe me like that. And she was like, it's very like, it wants you to know that like everything's gonna be okay. Like things are gonna get better. And I was like,
Goosebumps.
yeah, I cried, first of all. Like I definitely was.
I have them.
Oh, yeah, I was crying. I was like, that would be really nice. Like I could really use that. And obviously then like a few weeks later it was July 4th and I was like, well, that was not working. Like that was BS. But yeah, I think about that a lot actually. I'm like, I don't ever want to really have another reading or anything. So I was like, I believe in it now. Like I think that was it was just so interesting. Like it was a brand new life and it was all okay. And it was not just about finances, but like just a new everything. Like my life literally completely 180'd in a few days.
That's insane.
And never went back.
That's insane. And that's like something that I want to also tell the listeners. It's like, you never want to give up because you could literally be one shovel dig away from the treasure. Like you never want to give up because you could be right there. So never give up. And I'm glad you didn't, because look at this. Like the whole life turned around.
You could be on a podcast.
You could be on not just any podcast, but the Share Your Scare podcast. Make sure you leave 5-star reviews on Apple. Thank you. Wow, no, that's crazy. That literally gave me chills because everything led up to that exact moment where your life changed. And a lot of people miss these signs, you know what I mean? Like, look, you were at an influencer party, now you're an influencer.
Hindsight's 20/20. It's super weird.
Yeah, it really is crazy. Listen, I think we're almost out of time on the podcast, so where can the people find you if they want to follow you?
Ooh, well, literally, I'm very convenient because all of my social media is at Amber Scholl, only because I'm insane. And when I was like a child, I literally like got all of my own handles. Like not even a child, but I was probably in high school. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my Twitter. I got a Twitter in like 2008, like before it even was a thing. Yeah, at Amber Scholl for literally everything.
Look at that. You even knew you were gonna be a big time star that you got all your names.
That was back when I thought.
Yeah, because
and what do you know? I was right.
my Twitter was Blackjack123.
No.
I had to make a whole new one.
Honestly, probably for the best.
Either way, before we end this podcast, I want to give a couple shout outs and give some of this merch away. So the winners of this merch are at Cancer Sucks 12. She is actually, her son is surviving a brain tumor. So I will be sending out a shirt to you. Love you very much. And we have one more. We have Autumn. I'm just going to say Autumn because I can't pronounce your last name. Congratulations. If you want to get a shirt of your own, all you got to do is go to the Share Your Scare podcast page on Apple, leave a 5-star review, and follow the Share Your Scare Instagram page. Very easy, and you'll be entered in to win a free shirt.
Yeah, make sure you put your on
the Apple podcast so I can find you and read you off on the podcast. Amber Scholl, thank you so much for coming and being on the podcast. You are a lovely spiritual energy, and I appreciate you for being here. Honestly, telling your story like that must have been really scary, and for you to be able to tell it into this full detail, I really do appreciate that.
Anytime, Brennan.
Thank you. Thank you guys for listening to Sus.
Bye.
Peace. Thanks for listening to Sus, Share Your Scare. Make sure to subscribe and check back every Wednesday for new episodes, and don't forget to tell your friends. Follow all of our social media links at shareyourscare.com. We're going to be doing tons of giveaways, but only for our most active fans. If you have a scare of your own that you want to share, leave us a voicemail. Our number is 626-275-8695. Or if you just want to shoot us an email, our email is shareyourscarepod@gmail.com, and that's spelled with a U-R. Until next Wednesday, stay sus.
Support for this podcast comes from Pluto TV. Ready to get away from it all? Free yourself with Pluto TV. Stream hundreds of channels and thousands of movies and shows all for free. Yeah, free. No contracts, no subscriptions, no fees. Imagine 24/7 channels of Narcos, CSI, Star Trek, Survivor, and everything else from hit movies to binge-worthy TV shows, the latest news, live sports, comedy, and more. What are you waiting for? Download the free Pluto TV app for Android or iPhone and start watching now. Pluto TV. Drop in, watch free.